Lenny White. Dezron Douglas. Cyrus Chestnut. These are our director back to the board here, Mr. Stephen Barron.
Hi folks, so if you haven't heard this before, SOPAC, the South Orange Performing Arts Center, is owned by the village of South Orange, which is, yes, you can applaud for that. That's remarkable. We are owned by the municipality, and through their generosity, they lease it to us for $1 a year, which is amazing. And so this partnership with the village is what makes SOPAC so special. And so here tonight to share a proclamation that was passed earlier in the week recognizing our honoree, Kenny Barron, please join me in welcoming Village Trustee Olivia Lewis Chang.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Here is your proclamation, hear ye, hear ye. Whereas, as the South Orange Performing Arts Center, SOPAC, is a civically important convener, community partner, and guiding light for creativity, community, and connection in South Orange, New Jersey. And whereas, in collaboration with our South Orange resident, Grammy Award-winning producer and bassist, the legendary John Lee, SOPAC presents the annual Giants of Jazz Award and live performance event annually, and has done so since its beginning in 2006. And whereas, Giants of Jazz, first celebrated at the South Orange Middle School, celebrates this year its 24th year of impact and creativity. And whereas, each year the SOPAC Giants of Jazz event honors one of the jazz industry's leading legends in the field, an iconic jazz musician that is globally renowned, and brings that musician and some of their remarkable friends tonight and colleagues to SOPAC for one night only celebration of the honoree's life and work. And whereas in 2023, SOPAC is thrilled to honor multi-Grammy Award-winning jazz pianist and legendary Kenny Barron as its 2023 Giants of Jazz. As leader and sideman, and is considered one of the most influential mainstream jazz pianists since the bebop era, collaborating with the likes of Dizzy Gillespie, Stan Getz, Ron Carter, and many more jazz legends. And whereas SOPAC is honored to celebrate Mr. Barron's incredible legacy of global musicianship and impact, and joins John Lee and all of Mr. Barron's friends and colleagues tonight to pay tribute to his life, filled with beauty, purpose, and creativity. Therefore, let it be celebrated on this Saturday, today, November 23rd, 2023, by the Village of South Orange, New Jersey, and that it is recognized as Kenny Barron's Day in South Orange, in celebration of Mr. Barron's
something here. Believe it or not, in English. I have only 500 or maybe 100 words in English, and 50 of them are dirty. I love them from Dizzy Gillespie, you know. I'm a music teacher and also an English teacher. No, I will try to be serious here. I first heard about the Barron's family when tenor man Bill Barron was in Havana with the Philly Joe Jones band in the early 60s. You remember that? I was too young on those days. I wasn't there. But then we met Brother Kenny Barron while we were in Montreal with the Irakere formation. Remember that too? Oh yeah. There was between 1978 or 79, around there, right? And the Ron Carter Quartet was performing at the Rising Sun Club, whose owner was Dudu Boisel, a picturesque, coño, that word is hard for me, picturesque guy from French Guiana that used to live happily with 5 wives in the same house. Ron Carter plays the piccolo bass, and the rest of the very impressive group was Buster Williams on contrabass, Ben Riley on drums, and the great Kenny Barron on piano. We didn't have any money, so Dudu, the guy with the 5 wives, let us poor Cubans get in his joint for free and enjoy the beautiful artistry of those American jazz musicians. Not one of those magical nights after the show, we invited Buster, Ben, and Kenny for having a little chat and drink a couple of Havana Club bottles we had back at our hotel rooms. After those 2 bottles, maybe that's why I can't remember what the heck we talk about in our rustic Tarzan English in the wee hours of the morning. But what I will never forget would be the elegant piano sound I heard for a couple of nights on the road at the Canadian Jazz Club. And that's why I was so happy when 12 years later, Brazilian trumpeter Claudio Roditi invited me to join him on his milestone Live at Berlin CD, no rehearsal, along with bassist Ray Drummond, drummer Ben Riley, and no other than one of my favorite musicians on any instrument, the one and only, the ineffable Kenny Barron on piano. Thank you for the music, maestro.
There's not a whole lot more to say. But when I moved to the New York area in 1976 from Chicago, in 1979 I started teaching at William Patterson College at that time, university, and Kenny Barron was at Rutgers teaching. And then we had the opportunity to play at a very, very important place called Bradley's. Oh, you remember that? I'll never forget Bradley's. But Kenny and I became closer and closer each and every time we played Bradley's together. We had taught all day. We started at 10 p.m. We kind of slowly walked into the club. Big breath. After the first tune, we forgot about what went on during the day. Kenny Barron is one of the most consistent musicians I've ever played with, no matter what. And his disposition is just what you just saw. It's like that. I've known him all these years. I know he can get angry, but I've never seen it. We've traveled. I've had the great opportunity to record with him. I'm a better player because of him. It's true, and I think anyone who's had the luxury of making music with Mr. Kenny Barron, they have to be better, especially if they get a second chance. it is a great honor for me to be back here this year to honor someone who I think there's never enough accolades that we can talk about each people that we love, people who have enhanced our being in every level you can think of. But I've had the great fortune of being in the company with Mr. Barron. He's taught me tunes, I've recorded with him, he's recorded one of my compositions. I mean, I was thrilled, but to be here tonight and to talk about him, it's very special. He's a very special individual, Mr. Kenny Barron. Thank you.
You know, something came to mind to me was Count Basie special. And Count Basie, you know, later in life, when he's still working a lot, and the writer asked him, what do you want your legacy to be? All these great bands and that great music, wonderful concerts. How do you want to be remembered? And Basie said, as a nice guy. And that's how I think of you. And come on, Kenny. How about another hand from Mr. Barron? Just with your kindness, and I don't want to get too emotional, but I know everyone in this room feels that way. And you encouraged me and all of us. And this is SOPAC, South Orange Performing Arts Center, is proud to present the 2023 Jazz Masters Award to Kenny Barron in recognition of your significant contribution to jazz music, for helping fellow musicians and enriching the lives of thousands during your exceptional career. Giants of Jazz 24.
This is a really great honor for me, and to have all these fellow musicians here and on stage. And, I've stolen from all of them. But I think they know that, you know. And I am richer because of them. So it works both ways. So thank you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I think Kenny's going to play one for us, so. This is second to set the stage. And I thanked everybody involved in this production, the musicians, except I forgot my beautiful wife who's somewhere. But thank you, baby.
Come on, Ken.
That's Kiyoshi Kitagawa on bass. Johnathan Blake on drums. This is a regular trio. Give them 1 second.
You? It is on, yes. Okay. This happens to be my my working trio when we travel, so I know them very well. So I think I'm going to play an original composition. One of my heroes was Bud Powell. And I only got to hear him one time live. It was 1965. Carnegie, I was with Dizzy Gillespie, and they did a tribute to Charlie Parker at Carnegie Hall, and they called Bud from Paris. And he came, and it kind of broke my heart, because nervous. This is my only time seeing him. And he just sat down at the piano to play solo, and he just kind of rambled. And eventually they came and took him away from the piano. It really broke my heart, you know. But there are the records, you know. So he was an incredible pianist. So I'm going to play an original composition I wrote entitled Bud Like, Bud Like. play, running out of time, a Billy Strayhorn composition, one of my favorite, entitled Isfahan. Isfahan. Johnathan Blake, Kiyoshi Kitagawa. We're going to play one more. Extremely short. When I moved to New York, after I got married and moved to New York, moved to Brooklyn, New York. Bday. Yeah. And Bday at that time was largely Caribbean. It still is to this day. But I remember hearing some really wonderful music. There's on Nostrand Avenue, there was a great record shop called Birdell's. And you walk by there and you could hear Jimmy Cliff, you could hear Mighty Sparrow, and you could hear John Coltrane, you know, all at the same time. So I got to hear a lot of that music. And one of my first gigs in Brooklyn was with a West Indian band. So I really grew up from Bedford and Sterling Place, Bedford Avenue and Sterling Place. And so I really grew to love the music. So hopefully this piece kind of captures that. It's entitled Calypso. sign.
you again, Johnathan Blake, Kiyoshi Kitagawa, Jon Regen,